If you want to get weird with your new Nintendo Switch compatible Virtual Boy, I've got a few games here that you should check out, with varying degrees of fun and functionality. So by my count, there were actually 4 big first-party Nintendo games that weren't VR focused that did get some VR support back in the Nintendo Labo VR days. Those being Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I don't have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, so I'm not going to show that off, but I will check out Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Zelda, and Mario. And let's start with what I believe to be the worst and maybe the least functional with my current setup with Smash Bros. Ultimate. So when I say least functional, I mean I couldn't even really get it to work. I couldn't even control the game. So I think my guess here is that the Switch actually wants me to have Joy-Cons attached to the system to control Smash Ultimate in VR mode. And since it's inside of my Virtual Boy, I can't do that. I can basically boot in through the virtual reality menu, select some options, and then get to the character select screen, and that's about it. Pretty funny though, it does tell you that you should read these instructions with an adult present, which I'm not sure if that counts for me. And it also limits the kinds of games you can play. You can only play like a time smash mode. It limits the kinds of items. It also only allows certain stages, and it sets all slots to computer by default, and you have to actually manually turn on player 1 to play. Next up is Super Mario Odyssey. This one I actually did play back when it launched, even though I didn't have a Labo VR. I just kind of held the Switch up close to my face like this. This one is just like a top-down bird's eye view of a few small like sandbox, dioramas almost, where you can just like kind of run around and jump as Mario and get coins and stuff. Nothing super impressive or noteworthy here, but I was able to actually control this one. But luckily, the last of these 3 games is the best of all, and that's just Breath of the Wild. From the start menu, you go to options, you turn on VR mode, and you just play the game like normal. I even played with my Pro Controller. You boot right into your save, and it basically just looks like a never-ending Blood Moon. But it's actually pretty damn cool. It's really immersive. You know, this whole thing's closed off. I only see red Breath of the Wild, and you can just play the game like normal like this. You can play the entire game like this. The map screen looks kind of crazy, the way like the flashing map icons, because they're in this red color, they're almost like, it's very like insidious and scary. I think I might sit down this weekend and play this for like 30 minutes just to really take it all in. But you know, you could play the whole game and do a speed run and you wouldn't know the difference.